Real spit, talking shit. Talking shit, real spit in this bitch. Hey. Real spit. We in this bitch. Hey. This shit is raw.
Right, fire.
Hey.
Album coming soon. I'm not doing it with you.
Hey. Hold up.
All right, what's up, guys? This is Jay.
This is Tay.
This is Kay.
And
This is
Real Spit.
Hey! Wow, in this bitch.
Hey, Trilly. Hey,
Woo!
Trilly.
What's up, Trilly?
Right.
What's up?
We here.
We here, we live, baby.
Right.
How everybody feeling today?
It's
Good.
been a good week, actually.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling blessed.
Yes.
Blessed and highly favored.
Yes.
Yes,
The
Lord.
apostles have
do it.
prayed for me, and they have made my week amazing.
Ooh. Well,
Hallelujah.
let's get it
Right.
off our spirit then, Peggy.
Okay.
What's up?
So I'll start it off. Get it off your spirit for me this week. It was actually refreshing. Me and my family, my mom had like a little Labor Day get together. And you know, a lot of the family just showed up. And it was just nice. You know, I had a good time with them, chill. I haven't seen them in a while, so probably since my grandmother's funeral. So it just was nice to be around each other for a good thing versus something always sad and
Yeah.
death. So
That's
it was
awesome.
good. And y'all looking at the what the fuck is that thing? You go around the chairs, musical chairs champion.
Uh-oh.
Beat my
you
sister,
like-
right?
like,
Had to
shoot
pull that
what?
chair from underneath her ass real quick to win, But you know, it's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do to get a win.
Kay out here playing dirty.
Right? Listen, my sister did the
Taking
same
chairs.
thing to 3 people, so
Yeah.
it was fine.
It
With
was
the
like, I don't
bloodline,
care.
apparently.
We some savages, damn it. Do what we need to do to get that win. That's it.
It's
do
in the
it.
bloodline.
Shoot.
But that was my get off the spirit. What about y'all?
Well, my get it off my
Starter.
spirit this week. My sister came into town. Oh my goodness, we had so much fun. Like,
Awesome.
I was just like, okay, she ain't been here in a long time. I gotta show her some type of fun.
What y'all do?
First night we went to, what is that called? Chicken and Waffles over there on Prospect.
Yeah.
For
How was it?
R&B
I've never
night.
gone. How was that?
Oh my God, it's always lit.
That was good? Okay.
It's always lit. Shout out to Sir Currency. I want to say his name is. If I'm wrong, hey. But every Thursday, that shit is lit. If you want to vibe, a nice R&B vibe, go to that.
Okay, I'm gonna check them out.
And the food,
What you need
good
to
as fuck. Oh my God, that catfish was so good.
They have good macaroni and
That
cheese.
catfish,
so
yes, like it's
That's
all soul
important to
food.
me.
Yes.
But he likes
Yes.
Gophers, though. That's his
Listen,
idea
I
of
like-
some good
No,
mac and cheese.
they
I'm
put
like,
their
listen,
foot in it.
You put your foot in there, I'm gonna love it. Stouffer's just good because it's just you can easily make
Yeah,
it.
that
you know?
cheese be good.
Yeah,
as
it's
fuck,
really
yeah.
good.
But and then after that we just hung out for real, went to the club, went to the bar. It was a good week, and you know I got to spend time with my sis, and
That's good.
she got to, you know, relax and get her stuff off her shoulders. I hope she had a good time. I had a
Check
good
it out for
time.
spirit.
Hey,
Right.
Yeah, her own get it off her spirit.
you know,
Right.
I enjoyed her coming. It was a fun weekend, and I really enjoyed that.
Now, where did she come from?
She came from Cincy, you know that 513.
I thought she was studying abroad.
Yeah, she was out of the country, but she came back home.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I think she said she's gonna go back, but other than that, until then, she just relaxed until then.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I respect it.
Man.
She's still in school.
None of this, not while she's home. She relaxing right now. I don't know what's going on with that.
Sometimes you need that mental break.
Yeah.
Listen, that shit is real.
Right. That clarity.
So fucking real. But
Go ahead.
you don't have no spirit. I
Yeah.
don't really know what I want to get off my spirit this week. I ain't really got too much to get off. I'm feeling good, feeling great.
Oh,
You
good.
lying
That's a
like a
blessing.
bitch.
Listen, it's always
You lying like a
something
bitch.
wrong with me, so they always think like you lying when you just chilling.
Man, at
When
the
you
end
happy,
of the day,
you tainted. You're lying.
I'm chilling. Like life is just what it is, and I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. It's
Hey,
just
that was fine.
this is where I'm at.
You know how to move through it.
And fuck it, I'm just waiting for the move through part, and that's it. You know, I need to get back motivated. on my
Sure.
shit.
Well, what's going on? What?
I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that question, but I don't know what's wrong. But just I need to get back motivated and focused on the thing and the goals that I have set for myself, and just push through it. Get back into the grind. You know, school just started back up for me. I was out of school for 2 years. I think 2 years, and now it's just like, all right, girl, get your shit together so you can go to the next step in your education journey so you can get the fuck out that job. But I'm gonna say less.
All right.
No, I
Said
mean,
enough.
shoot, that's cool though. You still get to, you know, it's new challenges waiting for you. You know, so that's why you gotta shoot. You gotta tackle that shit.
Yeah.
Just like,
No, I'm
just like
saying,
just like
I
you
did.
tackled that shit before and walked across that stage.
Mhm.
You gonna do that shit again?
Yes, you are. Claim it.
It's yours. Grab it. It's okay.
Grab it by the balls.
Shoot, it's okay to feel down
Already.
sometimes.
How many minutes are we into it? And Kaden mentioned balls.
6 minutes.
6 minutes in that he already
Hey, we
did
always
balls.
Hey,
It's a sexual vibe.
It's a
Yeah,
sexual
what's
vibe.
on your
It's something
spirit?
to you.
Oh man,
Somebody there.
Go ahead, Dan.
I don't got a whole lot on my spirit this week. I ain't been sleeping a whole lot. It's week 1 of the NFL season. I know y'all probably don't care. I guess
I
I'm
watch
for real.
it,
I got
yeah.
up to like 4 or 5 in the morning. I can't really.
You stressed out,
Yeah,
what?
seriously, it's week 1. Like first time. I mean, I'm a season
Fantasy?
ticket holder. No, just
No.
Browns, man. So we.
Mm.
It's probably gonna be a decent year. I'm just nervous. I know it sounds crazy, man.
I got you.
So I've just been filling my time with different shit. So we'll probably get to the stadium at like 10:30 on Sunday. I need to sit down.
10:30 a.m.
Yeah, I need to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
I need to like. I know it sounds crazy. I need to see people like with like McDonald's cups, like bringing shit out to the field. It's like if I get there at 12:55 and kickoff is at 1, I'm gonna be like
Yeah.
I need to get there. Like, you ever been somewhere and after like 2 hours, you kind of like, I need to get that feeling at the stadium on Sunday. I need to kind of get bored before the game starts.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because I'm a little too wired. So,
Are you going to any of the
not on Monday.
Not on Monday.
I mean, not for this one.
That's okay.
Maybe
What's it called again? I'm sorry.
Tailgate.
Tailgate.
Not for. No, I need clear brain. I need to be. Like.
Why you want to be so clear-minded with the game?
Cause I'm a football.
This shit
like,
serious.
I play. I'm a football fan of the game. So like, you know what I mean. I got a lot of, you know, I mean, I'm a football fan, but I mean, I know it. Whatever. I ain't gonna. Once you like start getting season tickets and shit, it's a little deeper. Just like, oh, I want to go watch the Browns. Like, you know what I mean. Like,
Just
I need.
fucking love for it.
I want to analyze what the fuck is going on. I want to get a real snapshot of how the fuck I think we're gonna look this year. So.
Okay.
I'm just, I'm like, you know, I swear I've been back in my days of like yesterday. I'm like, all right. Monday was Labor Day. It was a Louisville, Notre Dame game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hard Knocks on Monday. It was Hard Knocks yesterday. I was able to watch that. I'm like, I got a recording session on Wednesday. I'll get the podcast at like 1. All right, cool. My Wednesday night is done. Thursday, tomorrow is the first game of the season. Friday, I got some other stuff to do. Saturday is football. So I'm trying to like fill my days up.
Mm-hmm.
Keep yourself busy.
But,
To the next game.
Who are we playing, actually?
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans.
So,
What's your
Okay,
prediction on the
okay.
score, real quick?
34-14 Browns. I think the Browns are going to explode. So
They
Hey,
had a good
they
preseason.
have a really good team. So we'll see what happens, man. But that's what I got to get off my spirit. This spirit of restlessness, and
Right.
worry, and anxiety.
Well, you know what? I know you said you're not drinking, but take a few shots and go to sleep when you get home.
I'm gonna have to do something. Maybe that's what it is
Hey,
too. I done
Mary.
did all that and I stopped drinking and I changed a lot. So you know what I mean.
Or you know what?
I need to take some Tylenol
Go
PM.
Browns.
Right.
Shout out to Mary.
Hey,
Shout
shout
out
out
to
to Mary.
Shout out to Mary.
Hey,
You know what it is.
Carolyn.
Right.
It is dope. This is gonna be crazy down there on
Yeah,
Sunday.
no, it doesn't.
Right.
It-
That's
I
a
think
fan.
they're
Shout
gonna
out
have a good
Carolyn.
season.
It'll be a hell of a season. So
It's gonna be a good one.
I'm just
Yeah,
nervous.
it's gonna be exciting, especially I think because everybody's saying since we got Odell on the team,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be this, that, and the third.
And this is what the
But
couple
to
with the rest of the
actually
team.
see
Yeah.
it for real.
It's like with it's like it reminds me. I only had this feeling for a day before. It was the day of Game 7. Like, I didn't convince myself when the Cavs came back to win the championship. It was down 3-1. I didn't convince myself. I had convinced myself it was over. It was the only way for me to like go to work and function.
Yeah.
And then we won Game 6, and it was the day of Game 7. I was a fucking mess. I still got a video on IG. I woke up at like 4 in the morning. I was in the dark, and I'm like, I can't. It's Father's Day. I'm like, Happy Father's Day. I didn't know what to do. But like, I got that feeling now before the season starts. I don't know how I'm gonna function for the next 4 months. I don't know.
It's about to be rough. Doesn't matter if make it to the postseason.
That Cavs Game 7 day was one of the most stressful days of my life. Outside of me having my two girls, I'm not joking. The births of my 2 girls in Game 7 of the finals. That trumps everything else I've ever experienced.
No, it was crazy. I would say, even watching the game at home, I was like, what the fuck's about to happen? Like, are we about to finally win this? Are we about to lose this? It was a lot.
Don't do that. I can't have a conversation with you no more. You don't know that the Cavs won the championship if you don't get out of here.
Send her home.
What city was you in when the Cavs won the championship? You wasn't in Cleveland?
I thought we were talking about football again. I'm so sorry. It's fine.
It's okay.
Literally, when people talk about sports,
you literally. I thought she said all in. I was about to say like DJ Jazzy Jeff.
No, I thought y'all was talking about football.
The Uncle Phil her ass.
You lightweight got wine and gold on today. You know what I'm saying? Your hair, wine, shirt, gold. No Cavs.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they wore black jerseys.
Right.
When they feel like
Right.
it.
But let's switch gears.
Yes.
So today, we are talking about the rainforest. Because it's a problem.
The shit's been burning for how long? 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
I feel like longer than that. Like 3 months.
Like, y'all niggas just not putting it out? Like, what's going on?
According to CNN, when I was watching it today, they got enough water to not put it out, but to not let it spread. So I feel like saying that means like when it get big, I'll be like, okay.
I gonna get the water supply now.
Okay, well, let's start let's take it back a little bit.
Okay.
As we know, the fires are being started by farmers.
And the president of South America. Okay, I was confused on that because I heard it, but I didn't hear it. I thought it was just for a part.
Not
What
South America.
Like, what the fuck?
Not of South America.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil, that's what I was saying.
Well, no, I'm saying there's a lot of countries.
Yeah, so I was thinking like it's either Brazil. I was listening, but I wasn't. I was also taking notes today. Give me some credit.
She said she was writing her
I
notes
got
down.
some notes.
Right.
Okay.
She can't prepare to talk about the
prepare.
rainforest.
I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I feel important.
No, you got it, baby. Go ahead. But
But-
no, yeah. So they're
let's
starting these fires.
educate me, because all I know is that it's burning. I didn't know
It's
that somebody
burning.
started.
They about to basically turn those what the Amazon forest was. They basically about to turn it into farmland.
Well, I feel like the forest is important, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Very important.
Very
right?
important for us to
Ecosystem,
breathe.
right?
Like in 10 years, they were saying it's gonna be hot as the
Sahara Desert.
yeah
Sahara Desert. I'm sorry.
Sahara Desert. So it's
Sahara,
like.
Sahara, I think you can say it either way.
Sahara Davenport.
Mm.
It's a person that.
But it's just like, can you imagine that? Like we were saying on camera, it's gonna be a hot girl summer
right
for
every
real.
day.
Like really? Like, we still dance. Where's winter at? Shit.
I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else because, bitch, I can barely do
Girl.
a
You
little
gonna
summer.
go to Mars? You're gonna do the same thing
I'm gonna
again?
do something.
On Mars, I ain't handle me.
Because first of all, I can barely do the fucking little summer that we do be having.
You talking about the little summer? Ooh.
I can listen. The little bitty summer that we do have, I can hardly do that shit. So you talking about it's about to be just hot?
In 10
No,
years,
nigga.
bro.
No.
Be alive in 10 more years.
Big bro, no. Can't
Not
do
big
it.
bro.
I can't do it.
But no, the thing I think I talked about in the Real Spit Rant idea this week also, where why isn't anyone coming together to put this out? We all put our money together.
I did read that Rihanna just filled up 4 or 5 big ass planes full of water
Oh, good.
or something to send over there. And other people have done something similar to that. So I'm like, that's niggas trying to help, but it's like, okay, but are you just sending enough to make it to contain it? and not put it out? Because how are we not being able to put it out? Like, what steps do we need to take?
It's well, from what CNN was saying, from a local that's actually there, they said like stuff like this been going on since that new president got into control of things.
And I want to know what's going through his head and who was around him.
And
when
he just
made
sent
this
out some
decision.
troops.
Like, we all know that this is not a good thing. We all know that the rainforest is
Essential for
crucial.
life.
Yeah,
for our
like global
ecosystem and
warming
shit.
for real. Like this ain't no joke.
So,
Like,
what goes through the mind of the Brazilian president to be like, oh yeah, I don't know.
You talking about-
Maybe he
Is
just
that a
looking at
Brazilian?
you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Is that we're gonna do this? Like what? It's a what?
Right.
Who told you this was okay? Did your mama tell you this
Honestly,
was okay?
I think a
It's
lot
your
of it.
mama.
Look, a lot of it with all of it is. I say a lot of it with all of it. Anyway, it's really
Right.
just money. Where he's looking at, we can make money from growing crops, but we still need to think about the fact that we only have one place to live right now, which is this planet. And once it's fucked up, and we're gonna be in danger. So we definitely have to preserve what we have right now. Otherwise,
Yeah, and I'm just very
it's over.
baffled by money really be the root of all evil, and you don't give a fuck if you're not really around to spend it as long as you get the money, cause you gonna be affected by this shit too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you just don't give a fuck. You just shit, this gotta happen.
Yeah.
This needs to happen.
Just to get something.
And
You already rich.
Gonna fuck
Come
us
on.
off. This gonna fuck us
so
up.
when you already got that power, you gonna want more power. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like that is that. It's the root of all evil. Like she just
Well,
said.
give
Like
me
it's,
some power. Let me see what I do.
Power turns people into different
people,
Monsters.
fucking people.
like demons.
You could be the nicest. If I got some power, it's over for you bitches.
What are you? What's
And
your-
I'm a relatively nice person.
what you putting into effect?
I
What's
don't
one
even
thing?
know, but just whatever the fuck I want. If I wake up one day and say I want the rainforest to burn, that bitch about to go down the flames.
I want
what?
all niggas that's out here acting up to burn.
Yeah.
Shout out to the drink choices
Put all the
tonight,
niggas
everybody.
in the
Right.
jail cell. I'm letting everybody.
Everybody rock. Everybody's gonna rock in jail.
Listen, it's touch and go and how I feel about people in general. But
I just feel like this whole situation. Can I practice? Okay. But this whole situation is
I ain't bringing it.
weird to me. Like it doesn't make sense though. Like they know that we need that.
Mhm.
Like
yeah,
we need that. Like when I was watching, before we even made this a discussion for the night, I went to the hashtag
can I get that?
and I was just like, but why would they want to attack the rainforest? I mean, they've been attacking the rainforest. It's shown at the zoo, at our zoo. Like they've been trying to do that shit for years, and I found out about that when I was in the first grade. So they've been trying to do destructive shit to the rainforest. But it's just like, why? Like, why would you take away that stuff? Like, I think isn't the rainforest helping us with carbon dioxide or something? Like,
Yeah.
Or am I tripping?
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, so it's just like we need all those plants and all those to breathe. Like
Yeah.
if you don't understand that we need trees and
Right.
stuff around us to breathe. Like carbon dioxide is bad, but it's good for the plants, which is good for us. So it's just like we sitting here and like, oh yeah, it's burning for
Right.
3 months. Like
What the fuck
that's
is
not a
happening
good
here?
thing.
What's
Like
the next step to resolve this?
what is the next step? Do we replant the rainforest? Like,
Do we replant
how do
the
you
rainforest?
what do you, that's the biggest question. That's the biggest thing. Like, everybody be like, support. But it's just like, what do we do? Because I don't have the money.
It's not like I've been doing some stuff on it, so I was just reading this news story of it, so I apologize for being kind of. But it's not the first time it's happened to different large forest-style areas. It happened in Hawaii, it happened in Great Britain, now it's happening in the Amazon. It's really not a whole lot we can do. Keep it 100. They were saying that the biggest export in Brazil is beef. and they're kind of running out of air.
I wrote that down too.
To
beef?
They're running out of space for them to pasture and stuff like that. So
to keep up with like the food supply.
So I mean, honestly, I don't know if there's a whole lot we can do. It's a wrap now. I mean, the beef helps them make money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's all ruled by the dollar.
They'll probably end up stopping it, but now they got a decent amount of farmland. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's true.
So it's really not a whole lot we can do.
We just gotta face the reality of it for real.
I mean,
and that makes sense. And that's the scary part for real, but it's just like
the people in power don't give a damn about the planet in terms of it's about making some money. So we're gonna destroy enough until we feel like we got enough, but
at the end of the day we just gotta survive for real. That's just what it sounds like.
You gonna pull out, you ever play Fallout?
Fallout is
It's a
like
video game. It's just a post-nuclear war, basically, a nuclear world where people live underground for hundreds of years because of nuclear fallout, so the nuclear explosion. But we're gonna be underground.
Like moles and shit.
Yes.
Damn. I'm talking about the mole people.
Right.
Not drinking and shit like.
So I know this is like probably has nothing to do with the rainforest, but like we posted something that I saw on Instagram about China making like the big ass, what is it, like
the air
filter
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I'm like, that's dope. I'm like, that's really dope.
We need them all around the damn world.
Like I wonder what it like.
It's bad there though.
Is it different?
Really, yeah, I think
it's really bad. Like Joe Varden, the beat writer for the Cavs, the World Cup is over there right now. The basketball World Cup, the FIBA World Cup is over there. And he posted a picture one morning outside his window, and then the next morning you couldn't even see the building. They got it's horrible over there.
I knew it was bad. I remember they said that was the worst place for air pollution, and then I think next might have been California.
Yeah, LA is bad for it too.
But yeah, I knew it was a bad place for it. So no, that's good to have.
So they really needed it.
Yeah.
So
we need more.
Like, that's dope. Like,
what does it? I know it sounds stupid, but what does it do? Like, does it suck in the air? It cleans in the air, so it comes. Something comes out.
Yeah, it filters it like I guess like they filter water. Yeah. Like they take the bad water and like take it, strip it of all the like the nasty, gritty stuff. And so that's basically the same thing that they do with this. It's like it's kind of like a needle. It looked like a needle to me.
Like a funnel.
Yeah. So so I guess the bad air and all the bad shit goes into it, and then it recycles it and filters it out and just makes it. I would do it. Like, is it different? Like, can you tell the difference? like, it's just like with water. Like, you can tell the difference with water, though. Like, with just the tap water and then just like the
I ain't had
like
tap
Brita
water
filter.
Like
Brita filter water. Like, my water's filtered. Like, you drink tap, like, ew, girl. Like, okay. Like, I had this conversation with a couple of the people at my job, and I was like, bitch, I drink tap. Like, what's wrong? Like, shit.
What about I drink tap?
Listen, I ain't grew an extra toe or nothing. Like, I thought I was okay. Like, bitch, I'm drinking my water. I'm getting my water intake.
You're going to die soon.
Oh, my goodness. But at the end of the day, so it just filters. So I'm just thinking, like, do it suck in the air?
Yeah, the air goes through it.
Yeah, all the air goes
obviously, the air just goes through it.
But that's good for them. So they at least can, like, breathe in good air.
Yeah, but, like, you can notice the difference. Like, do it just... I got more pep in my step. Like, I could go to work today. Like, I could fuck my bitch. Like, fuck her with one leg up. Like,
the air?
One leg
up. The air was powerful, I guess, over there.
Like, I just need to know, like, I wonder. Because, like, the air that we take in isn't filtered. And so it's like, it has its impurities and stuff. Like,
maybe this will start to lead to more towers being built.
Maybe. I need to see how that shit is. Like,
study on it is.
Yeah, I need some motherfucking results. I need to see.
Well, girl, they're going to have it in 30 years after we in our 50s.
But hold on. I got another thing, though, too. Because also, just talking about staying in touch with stuff going on in the world and things like that, I've been noticing a lot of distractions. And I'm just trying to understand, like, what is going on in the world. Because, I watched on Facebook, I watched a video about some people in
Libya.
Libya. You know they just
That's a
You know, there's a side of pussy. What's a lady is?
Oh well, hey.
Majora.
I thought I heard something, but look, they just traded some slaves for to go to Europe and shit like that. Like, there's a lot of shit going on. Like last year, I heard most of the people in the Indian area over there, they're everything is empty. They're in camps and stuff. Like they're teaching the youth Chinese language, heritage, stuff like that. Like, it's different things really going on in the world that people don't even know that's really going on. And it's just like,
the world knowledge is almost like relationship knowledge. It's funny how, like, once people start understanding and learning different shit in the world, you start realizing it's kind of overwhelming. Like relationships, like you think you got to figure it out, and then once you really peel the layer back, you're like, oh shit, yeah. Africans were slaves before. The issue was the transatlantic slave trade. You know, in order to trade something, you got to already possess it.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So we were already enslaved. A number of us were already enslaved to the tribe leaders in Africa. Like, slavery is not even it's a biblical term. It's not even a new phenomenon.
I understand that it's been going on for years, but it's just like, my biggest worry is what's going to happen with them. Like, what are the people in Europe trying to do with them? Because at the end of the day, when I hear the things I've seen on the video, it's just like, okay, you guys got all these people. You about to take them to Europe. What are you going to do with these people? Enslave them like how? Like, is it going to be the same way they try to do our ancestors here in America?
That's not going to be. I feel like I'm not going to get into it. It's a form of slavery everywhere you go.
I mean, yeah, shoot, we slaves when we go to work.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, like, it's just like, how deep are they going to go? Because we lost generations. Are they about to kill generations?
Nah, there's no more transatlantic slave trade. I mean,
how do you know that, though?
But
They want. I'm just saying,
No,
you never know, like, what's going on. It's just like, they try to keep that a secret for real. Like, I feel like I shouldn't even watch that video.
They're gonna come after you.
yeah, I don't know if it's more of a secret. It's just more of, once you get the info, you got the info. I don't think it's really a secret once you start diving into the nature of humans and the presence of slaves in our human culture. It's not like,
It's nothing.
I will say this:
Yeah.
everyone wants to feel superior to someone else, and they make that by making you work for them. Whether it's you working for them in the office, working for them in the field, working for them.
the biggest example is the prison industrial complex in America. That's slavery. That's all it is. Now they've turned the slaves into people who committed crimes, so we don't really give a fuck. But this nigga's in there.
Because Killer Mike said something about the 13th Amendment.
Some of them make commit crimes.
Some of them make crimes. Yeah.
But I read the 13th Amendment because Killer Mike was talking about that. I seen on Instagram. And he was like, if y'all think slavery is still not alive, then y'all haven't read the 13th Amendment. So I read the 13th Amendment, and it definitely, after reading that, it's definitely still alive.
And by numbers, is more.
We don't have to look it up.
I'm a little faded right now. I can't think of nothing.
We're about to read the 13th Amendment. But it's just like, I can't even imagine what people go through in jail. Like, I was thinking about that today. Like, I was just like, you know, we don't really care about the people that go to jail, even over the pettiest crimes, because I read, I guess somebody put out that guy sentenced to life for just stealing $50 at a bakery store. Like, I get it. He stole some money, but it was $50. Y'all was just like, you got life. Like, whoa.
Was it armed robbery?
I don't know, but it was $50. Like, he couldn't. Yeah, like
You
you get at
surprised?
least maybe 3 months. $50.
I feel what you're saying.
If it beats somebody's ass, maybe
It's just like stuff like that. He was in jail for 16 years, and they finally let him go. Like it's just like, yeah,
I just seen that.
yeah.
That's a
You
lot.
seen that on Instagram? Like I'm just like, well, damn. It was just $50. Like he did paid that back. Shit, 50.
Pay
Yeah,
that.
it made me scared to touch a penny when I see it on the ground on the floor.
Hey, I just grabbed one earlier.
See,
Pay for my
pick it up.
lighters.
It's just crazy. It's just like, but then at the same time, it kind of do make me feel some type of way because it's just like we get treated, and I'm not trying to put us black people in the spotlight like we just get treated so bad, but at the same time, that's all I see. Get treated so bad.
Well, that's partially because that's all our social media is geared towards what we look at. You know, what we Google, what we listen to on Amazon Music, what we watch on Netflix, what
They
we
track everything.
They track everything. So, have you ever looked at white Twitter or white Facebook? It don't look shit like black. It's like the shit that comes across timelines. You ever like went on one of your, like I've got a lot of friends from college, white folks. They fucking Facebook wall don't look shit like niggas wall. Instagram wall don't look shit like our. It's different worlds, and when you get into like the slavery shit, the prison industrial complex. I mean, people are gonna get to the percentages of black people, which obviously is higher. But there's more technically, literally by numbers, white slaves in the prison industrial complex in America than any other race of people.
You said it's white slaves.
I'm saying if the prison industrial complex is New Age slavery, by numbers, white people make up more people in prison than every other race of people in America combined. Now, more percentage of black people, because we only make up 12% of the population. It's a higher percentage of us in prison. You understand what I'm saying? But there's, hundreds of thousands more white people in prison than there is black people in prison. You know what I'm saying? So
It's just about, like you said, of our community.
Yeah,
It's a smaller percent. We have more people.
more
in jail.
people in there, but the actual sheer numbers.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
More.
It'd be like if one of us went in there and it was 45 white people in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It might have only been 90 people down the hall. That's only. You understand what I'm
No,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it
Makes sense. It's just a percentage of it.
just a percentage of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just okay. I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I do want to see like some type of something, like some type of help going on because even though this rainforest situation is sad and it's really gonna do a lot of damage to the planet, it's just like I wish there was something that we could do, or I hope there's a turnaround that could come to it because
Look at what we see right
what
now.
the president decided to do was not a smart choice for everybody, including his own people. But what can we really do?
Girl,
People
I'm gonna
sending
Google it right now.
people sending planes that ain't helping. What else?
That's
Some
right.
facts. Hey, I'm stuck on why he sent out some troops. He sent out 43,000 troops since the fire has been burning, and he pledged to that.
Now, 43,000 troops for what though? What are the troops?
To fight the fires.
Fight.
Oh, to fight the fires. Okay.
But
I'm thinking
no. Fight the fires, but also like something about getting some land. He was. They also getting some type of land. They about to for farming.
Mm. Well, girl, they probably
That
just
make
want to
more
make sure they
sense.
secure the land so that it doesn't burn too much. But you would think just you should stop it.
That's some drastic ass shit.
That is. That's hey, but you know what?
But
People
that's a
want
lot of
drastic measures
people.
to protect what they or to get what they want. So
Yeah, but that shit is
Yeah.
drastic.
It just sounds like a whole fuck up.
I agree. I'm trying to find this article to see what we can do. But nothing. How can you help? Here are some ways you can aid in protecting the rainforest. Donate to the Rainforest Action Network to protect an acre of the rainforest Amazon. Just 1 acre.
Man.
Donate to the Rainforest Trust to help buy land in the rainforest. Bitch, I'm gonna buy land that's burning. What the hell that sense that make? This this organization has been around since 1988 and has saved over 23 million.
That ain't long enough. I got a sister that's been around since 1988. Okay.
Reduce your beef intake. Beef found in processed products and fast food burgers is linked to deforestation. The Worldwide Fund for Nature, known as Worldwide Fund in the United States and Canada, works to protect species in the Amazon and around the world. And it's just really, you go to a bunch of websites and pay them different money to.
Where is this money really going to? Is it going to really go to that?
Why don't we all just, why don't all the leaders just send water to drop on the shit and just end it right there? That's all they got to do. And turn over the dirt, that's that way.
It's a lot going on.
I need some more liquor. I'm already fucked up.
He started this fire. It is what it is. Next topic.
Yes, let's switch it up. I need to talk about something. There was a football player that came out recently last week. His name, I think it was Adrian Hart. Is that what his name was? The football player that came out? I don't know.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan. Why did I say Adrian Hart?
Is his name really Ryan Reynolds after the actor?
Okay. Yeah, after the actor. Nobody
well,
name their kids after no actor.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is an actor as well.
But
I was there with you. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, but no, there's a football player that came out. He's bisexual. He just came out and
he's African American.
He's African American. And he's dating a Caucasian man.
The Caucasus Mountains.
Shut up, Foolie. You still listening to you?
Shout out to Foolie.
Shout out to Foolie.
But what I want to talk about this situation is that when it comes to at least, all the examples of LGBT athletes that I've seen have dated people that were Caucasian. What I want to say right now is I'm sick of it.
Ryan Russell.
Ryan Russell? Okay.
I apologize.
I'm sick of it. Find somebody black. And I don't mean to say that where you can't have interracial love, but what I'm saying is, where is some black love at? Like, why aren't we dating someone in our race? I looked at Jason Collins. We did kinda, but I just gotta bring it up. I just gotta bring it back up, like, cause I'm tired.
We can say the same.
Jason Collins.
He's wondering what's up with all this jungle fever.
What's that other black dude? Sam Wilson. What the fuck his name was? Sam Russell. Sam. I don't know what the hell his name is. Michael Sam.
It's another one.
Michael Sam. We got two first
that's
names.
dating a black girl. I don't know. Sports. I don't fucking know their names.
I don't know none of
All I
these
know
guys.
is her name is like Kayla Nicole or something like that. I think, and he's I think a basketball player.
Oh, he's a man. I thought that was a woman.
Honestly, I could be fucking lying to you.
I'm confused. Are you talking about a man that's dating a woman?
No, wait. What are we talking about?
I was talking about black.
LeBron is
right.
married to Savannah. I mean,
I'm talking about black athletes, or at least black gay athletes.
Oh, okay. I thought we were just talking about black and white.
You checked out.
I mean, we're getting into
yeah,
it.
we're getting into that.
Oh, because that's what I was talking
That's
about.
the first thing that we was going to get into. But, I just feel like,
Chris Paul got a black wife. And Russell.
No, because the white man is dating a black woman. And they've been together for some time.
Okay, well, let me ask this. Okay, why do you think biracial love is hated but accepted?
Because we love biracial babies. They look beautiful.
Yeah, I felt like you were going to say that. The biracial babies. The biracial babies.
People sometimes hook up with people just to have a biracial baby.
No, that's true.
And that's just true. That's just facts. That's just what it is. You don't even like this nigga for real, but you like, I need to have those biracial babies. And sometimes they don't even
So you say the baby's ugly?
All babies are beautiful. I don't have
Call
any
it out.
kids.
Don't be
I don't
afraid.
No,
She's
some-
saying some of y'all
Some
babies
I
ugly.
don't
babies
have
do
any
look
kids.
kind of.
No, don't do that.
But at the
Don't
same,
do that.
I'm not saying ugly, but I'm saying some
They
look
look
like
tainted.
whoa. They look a little whoa.
They
And
look like
it's
they
just
getting the
like-
vitamin D.
It's just like, yeah, some parents that are Caucasian do treat the biracial baby fucked up. I've seen that happen before. Like they be treating the baby fucked up. Like, you fucking nigger ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, they take it there.
Woo, Chile. That's gonna be a bad day for your mama or daddy.
For real.
You might
They
get pushed
take
downstairs.
some. I ain't gonna say all,
Yeah.
but some take it there. Like, They be calling
I
their
would
kids
say
Snickers.
I remember watching Gordon Ramsay TV show called 24 Hour Kitchen Rescue, what the fuck the show was called, and there was a mother on there. She was Armenian, and she had a black baby father. They ended up getting divorced, but her Armenian family stopped talking to her. No, not Kris Jenner, a different one. But her family stopped talking to her. She had a restaurant, and it was doing poor, but her and her daughters did not get along. And a lot of it seemed to be like racial tension between the two, but it was just family ties where the mom was just like, I married this black man, and I cut off with my family, all for us not to even be together now. And
Yeah, that's fucked up when you're not even cool with the kids, though. Like, come on, my nigga. Come on, baby. I get married and Ernest won't even fuck with me because of y'all.
Right.
Come on.
But no, I mean, like you said, I think it's fine to date interracially, but I'm just looking at the image of if I would say young black guys or young gay black guys that are athletes, all you see them dating is white guys.
They
Or
wouldn't.
being white guys.
It's like
the
the
guys in
forbidden
Hollywood
fruit.
dating
Like
white
it's
girls.
the temptation. I think it's like
That's probably very true.
it's enticing, maybe,
Mhm.
or maybe
So
that's just
stay
their
away from
type. Maybe that's just their type.
Maybe that's their type. but
Maybe they just
I need
have
to see
be
some more
white.
black love.
I do want
popping.
to see more black love.
There's a lot of black love.
Well, I need to be
black
shown.
love, but it's just like
It needs
it's,
to be shown.
it's
Not
not
just-
There's a
really.
lot of it though.
Well, I'm talking about with some of these athletes more. I would say at least more gay black athletes. I need to see more of it shown.
Okay, well, I don't know the statistics on that, but you know,
I feel like
a lot of
Liv
I know
said
at least
Sylvester
three.
is very
was talking about
LeBron.
before too.
That's a
I
straight
feel like-
relationship.
I know. That's how I'm like. I don't.
I feel like we were saying before, like even though black men are out there,
Mhm.
some may be not comfortable. So being with a white guy might be more comfortable because they are willing to take it there with you out in public. They'll walk out with you and be in the relationship with you. Maybe some black men are probably like, I mean, we can be in a relationship, but I don't know if I want to be all
Open it out.
open and out with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to be defending myself while I'm also trying to defend our relationship. You know, I don't want to, like, I don't know. Like, it could be like that.
It could be so many different things.
Different things
It
that
could
they
be
don't
their
want to.
family, their religion.
Their family. Yeah, that could
be the
be.
stigma
Cause
around
you-
it in general.
Picture it. I mean, in some families, I'm not gonna say, oh, let me put that out there before I make a joke about it. But you know, just picture it
That
like,
nigga joke.
you know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
A black gay man could be in a relationship with another one, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the hood looking at this article like, Leroy, ain't that your son? He got a boyfriend? Oh, hell no. Everybody in the hood know that your son's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. So they probably taking that to heart like, I can't do this with y'all. I don't make love to you behind these closed doors, but...
But that's what started the DL, and that's what started other issues.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just like some things just need to get out there and just talked about. But I got another thing. So, when you guys see, and I'll answer this too, but when you guys see like a black man with a white woman or vice versa, of any way we go, how do y'all truly feel?
I'm into it.
I'm into it, but it's just like sometimes I want to dig deep into it. Like, so why the white girl? Like, not knocking
Gotcha.
them, but why the white girl? Like,
What brought you here?
Yeah, what brought you here? Why you want to play in the snow all day? Like, what's going on?
Not play in the snow.
Play in the snow. Hey,
I just take it as sometimes it feels like a fetish, and I only I kind of don't want to say this,
Say,
but
you
I
better
kind
talk.
of I don't want to say this, but I kind of feel like I'm not gonna say it.
no, say it. It's
That
alright.
might be a little
It's
bit
real
of a-
spit.
it
I
might
mean,
cause- 'cause
you're
it's
not
like
racist. Let's just
my
start there.
brother.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know, I mean,
and-
family.
You
I
got a
feel
white
like
woman?
for him, I don't want to speak.
Girl,
for
would you just
him.
let it out?
Shut the fuck up.
Let it out.
Shut the fuck up, okay? This is my family, okay? I don't want to cause problems in the fam, but like I kind of feel like it's a sort of a fetish type of thing for like, cause he literally dates nothing but white women.
Okay.
So I feel like it may be sort of like a fetish because you mean to tell me in all your years that you ain't came across a black girl that you just click with,
I got you.
and it's only just been white girls. Like, I've never not seen him with a white woman. And, like, that's all he advocates for, type of thing. Like, love him to death. I love you, bro, so much. But it's just like, it kind of feels like maybe it's
Maybe
a type of
ask him.
fetish
Like, what is it?
type of
Yeah, 'cause
thing.
he'll be the
We're
type
going to
of-
have him on the show eventually. At
Yeah,
some point,
we
we
got
can
to.
coordinate schedules.
Yeah.
And we are going to ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
'cause he gonna tell you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the boldest answer in the world.
I got you. I would say for me, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I really care. I mean, everyone, I've messed around with people of different races, so I feel about me for real.
I never really had sex with a white guy.
You never have?
Have you had sex with a white guy? Or a white girl?
Never had sex with a white guy or messed around with a white guy, but I have messed around with a white girl.
How was that?
To the white girl.
What's
What's that song? What's
Never happened
Is that a
to
Young
white.
Jeezy song or a Gucci song?
But
Got that white girl,
Christina Aguilera. Hey.
But no, I mean it was fine. I mean I don't know. I mean it was fine. I mean it was cool. I mean listen.
It was a white girl.
Yeah, I mean I don't give a fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I
you
mean-
look like Deb. What about you?
You know Dev's stance.
Lord. I don't
You
know.
didn't fuck with some white girl, though.
How do you feel when you see a brother out with the snow bunny?
I feel like nowadays relationships are just too everybody else's business sometimes.
Too much.
I don't really care
Yeah.
who you with, why you with them, for
If
what
they make
reason.
you happy.
If you're not happy, I don't care. You know what I'm
He said
saying?
he ain't dealing with that
Like
unhappiness
it's people. I done been up here a million. I've never started having conversations about my relationship. I just don't. It's just not a.
shit. It doesn't come up.
It's not a topic of conversation thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just be with whoever you care, feel like being with.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't think it's anything anyone. All right, how can I put this? I don't think it's any. People can do what they want to do. So I'm not telling people what to do. When it boils down to it, there's no denying the fact that nobody else's opinion has anything to do with anybody's relationship. So the core basis of it is that ain't none of my fucking business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's my opinion? I love black women.
Mm-hmm.
So I would obviously prefer. I love when my daughter go to camp and her skin get chocolate or something. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love that. So that's my preference, but it's my preference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand.
I could care. I don't.
Give a damn.
You can't really knock other people on their preference. Like, if that's what you like, that's what you like. If
That's
that
true.
gets you.
Yeah.
But I just want to
You
see.
literally can't. There's
I
no
just
human
wanna
way
see-
possible you can knock somebody else's preference.
Yeah, no, but I just want to see more black gay men that are athletes dating black gay men also instead of white men.
I mean,
Or other
maybe
races.
they have and they just wasn't public with it. Maybe this guy dated
Yeah, like-
a lot of black dudes, but just wasn't public with it, and it just so happens that he's public with
Well,
this
this
white
damn
guy.
article pissed me off.
Maybe
I
he-
was like, I had
maybe
to
he-
talk about it.
Maybe he turned 27 and was like, bitch, I'm living for me, fuck everything else, and he happened to be dating Brian. Or Matt. He
I
could
know
have
some
been
black
dating
Mats.
He could have been dating
I know some
Matthew.
black Mats.
Oh,
Matthew?
Lord.
They go by Matthew or Matt. Okay, so it doesn't even fucking matter, but like maybe just now when he
Yeah.
turned 27, he started dating Matthew. He's like, you know what, Matthew? I think I'm gonna go public.
This
That's
is
just
the
like,
thing.
all right, bitch.
I feel like until you like get married or some
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Everybody just a motherfucker.
Just like Jenny Ma and Jeezy just
Mhm.
went public. How do we feel about that? She's
Okay.
Oriental and
Oh.
he's black.
Oriental. Oh my, is this 1982?
I was like,
Oriental. Where's the Oriental country? What are you talking about? Oriental.
I'm not trying to be racist.
Fuck y'all.
I'm just saying, I feel like relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend relationships are like apartments. And I feel
You
like
say apartment?
they're apartments.
Yes.
You don't throw a housewarming until you buy a house. Why the fuck are you throwing housewarmings at apartments?
Because they want
I'm
gifts.
not buying it.
Dog me.
They want gifts.
I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying, if it's your first apartment, I'm saying, but like, you done moved to 5 different apartments. Niggas done bought you 5 toasters in 5 different apartments. What the fuck is going on right
You
now?
only
Like,
get one gift out of me.
wait till you purchase a home and then we'll celebrate that.
Right.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like it's more stable. Like, you know you're going to be in this home for a
Yeah.
while, a minute. You know, fucking an apartment, you can get how? What is the shortest that you can get?
You can get month to month in this
months.
So
bitch.
you can't
You
get
can get month to month.
right?
So, like, and some people move month to month.
Yeah.
And they might, like, not fuck with that 1 month. You going to throw in. It's like, I don't know if this is kind of the same thing, but like baby showers. Like, if you had 10 kids, it's like you had a baby shower for each kid.
Yeah, one.
Like,
you get
no,
one. You
that
get one out of
first
me.
one, I
I
can
say 2. Because you get one, let's say if it's a boy and a girl, then I give you that.
Maybe.
But,
Maybe.
like, you know,
But that's it. I'm not giving all
Keep it
your
100.
stair-step kids. I'm not coming to all your stair-step ass
No, I'm
kids.
not doing that.
Baby
Stair-step.
shower.
what's stair step mean?
Stairs
Back to back?
one-
Oh,
yes.
okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, y'all the goddamn kids.
Like, you was just like,
Shit,
shit, as
twins
soon as
now.
I had that baby, I'm not even waiting the 6 weeks
Yeah.
to pop this pussy. I'm popping this pussy 2 days after. And bitch, if you don't sit your ass the fuck
You know you
down,
fertile as hell.
who Lord,
been
girl,
Yeah,
who wants to be
Okay,
pregnant that
Dan, I got a
long?
question for you. You know, you've had children. When you're, I don't want to say what, girlfriend, wife?
Well,
Wife,
I'm sorry. I'm so
wifey,
sorry.
respect.
When your wife was pregnant, was she super horny?
I think it's more of like, I think that's more of the deprivation.
I got you.
You just don't have sex
Yeah.
a lot.
I
'Cause,
got
you know what I mean? So I think it's just a natural progression to not fucking a lot, so you get horny.
Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to like it's just this extra.
Extra
Extra just-
added.
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
Well, I just want to put this out there. I don't feel no type of way about different, races together. But the thing that bothers me is the judgment that sometimes goes attached to that. Like, oh, I don't, when it comes back to skin tone, like, oh, I don't want to be with a black person because of this reason. They're too dark.
And this
they're
is
too this,
usually
they're too
very
that.
superficial. Like,
Yeah, like
I don't
it's-
want the 4C hair.
You really, okay? You know what? Let's have this fucking conversation.
You know what? Don't be throwing them.
I'm
No,
sorry.
that because I
Okay,
be talking to
let's
people
keep
that
100.
say shit like that.
Okay,
It is,
I feel
like-
like that's farther and few between. I'm gonna be honest. Can I keep it 100 right now?
Keep it
Right,
100.
honey.
All right, because I'm going through
For
this.
my last
I'm going
podcast,
through.
do it.
All right, I'm going through this on Sunday. I'm going through this list, so I'm not gonna get into it. But I'm gonna run down a lot of these memes that I see, and I'm going to attach the mental health disorder that's attached to it.
I'm finna head out.
So I got a list of 15 mental health disorders, and I got 15 memes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, man, this is intermittent exposure disorder. Anyway, what I'm saying,
I
when
agree
it comes
with you.
to, there's a lot of mental health, unaddressed mental health in the black community. Whenever we discuss it, it conjures up anger, probably from lack of ability to join together and hold relationships together, whatever the case may be. It's a volatile conversation to have with my beautiful black women. I was just talking to somebody about this today, and they was talking to somebody was dealing with some issues with their personality, and people weren't really dealing with their personality. You don't know what you're getting every day when you come home to this person. It's kind of worn as a badge of honor in our community, especially amongst our beautiful black women. That I ain't feeling it today. I ain't on it today. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't feeling that shit today. Niggas don't got time to be coming home to a house that they don't understand what the atmosphere is every day. The atmosphere needs to be consistent. If it's unaddressed, untapped mental health shit going on, and one day you up, one day you down, one day you happy, one day you mad, one day you sad, one day, it's not a conducive environment for a relationship. So when niggas seek healthier options to spend the rest of their fucking life with someone, they're then like denigrated to like, oh, you must want a light-skinned baby. No, he doesn't want to come home and not know what woman he's getting on a Tuesday. It's just not something that you desire to do as a human. I need to know what I'm getting out of you every single day. I don't need you to be great or make all this money or do all this shit. I just need to know the human I'm getting when I wake up in the morning, when I come home from work at night. And if I can't get that, because unfortunately I might be from a neighborhood that has a lot of damaged men and women, then unfortunately I'm probably not going to be able to pluck my life partner from that crop. And until we deal with that, it's going to be a lot of this shit because you tell it, not you, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying they're asking niggas to spend the rest of their life in a damaged situation. It just doesn't make sense. And unfortunately, that does lead a lot of, like, I love black women, and it leaves a lot of them kind of like, this some bullshit. It is, but it's also, you got, what do you want this man to do? Come home and be like, what the fuck am I going to get? It's a crapshoot what I'm going to get when I walk in the door today? It's just not, and if that's not you, cool, I understand that. That's what's up. I'm not speaking. It's like the old rappers used to say, bitches say shit to hold the truth. I ain't talking to you then.
Talking to you, right.
But in general, that when a man starts to say, all right, I want to start buying season tickets and paying for preschool and purchasing cars and buying homes, you need a level of stability in order to accomplish those things. It can't be accomplished in chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a weird, when you start dealing with like you talking about the younger dudes. I don't know, maybe it is some immaturity, but as dudes get older, the crop of motherfuckers who are worthy to like share your life with, it ain't got shit to do with skin color. It ain't got shit to do with none of that shit. I would love for it to be black men and black women. I love black women. But goddamn it, if I gotta spend, I'm talking about 2070. I gotta be with you. To 2076, I gotta be with your motherfucking ass. And I don't know what I'm gonna get between now and December. Nah, hell no, hell no. But anyway, my bad.
No, now you good.
That's my view on that shit.
I feel that.
God
I
damn
respect
it.
that. Okay.
My bad, Tay.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I respect that. I respect that.
And women, black bitches be, I ain't got time for that shit today. Okay, all right. Well, me neither. So now what?
Ooh.
So now what?
Well, make time, motherfucker.
No, that's okay.
Me either, damn.
That's okay. It's a nice woman over here that got time every day. I don't. Why would I force it with you? When, this is my life.
Let that bitch have all the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn.
You just leave.
I can't
Lord.
feel.
I don't know my ex. I don't give a
You want
fuck.
to talk about the
Sorry.
I know you good. Did you want to talk deep about the one thing I'm a little there.
We all. I know I'm there.
turning me
She was
into
sipping her
alcohol.
drink, looking at me over. I guess I must have.
Did y'all want to get what's his name
Hitler.
that I reposted last night?
Oh, Jose Chavez.
Chavez, Mr.
Is
Chavez.
that his name? From
The
the
guy-
game, Malik from the game.
The names have been butchered.
They've been
I want to call him Poochie so
Jose
bad, but that's
Sanchez.
not
No, that's the other one.
Yeah.
What's his name? How you say his name?
It is him.
It is Jose.
Hosea Sanchez. Yeah.
Sanchez. See, I thought it was Sanchez, but I saw a C, and I thought it was Chavez. I'm really fucked up right now. Well, we're not trying to offend you,
Jose
Jose.
recently pinned an open letter to
Yes.
the world on his Instagram about a time when he was about 14 years old, and he was molested by one of his close friends' father. And he said that the father acted
I'm gonna get his
as
name
a
again.
father figure
Pull it
because
up.
Hosea came from a broken family. He only knew his mom. He only, lived with his mom, loved his mom, or whatever. And I guess, like, anytime that he was alone with this man, the man would ask him inappropriate questions about his love life and
I bet you fucking the girls real
yeah,
crazy. I
and
bet
stuff
they
like
go crazy
that,
over
and
your
just
dick.
inappropriate things that a
That's real crazy.
14-year-old boy would not want to talk to with someone that is not his father or not his friend.
I mean, okay, from those comments, some of the comments, I don't want to talk about my parents either. Like,
Yeah, but anybody, and really except my friends.
right?
So I guess one day he was driving him home. He was the dad was insistent on driving Hosea home, and then he pulled over in I guess a dark road or a dirt road or whatever the fuck, and kind of was just like, pull your dick out and all this. And
I guess he works at a college also, so he had power to get him into a college also.
Yeah, so it was just like that whole thing of, position of power situation. And, he was 14, so I mean, I guess he was in high school, so I'm like, maybe he was thinking about that in the back of his mind. But, like, the dad ended up, like, giving him fellatio.
Thank God I ain't never had to deal with no shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
God damn.
And I guess he threatened him afterwards.
Yeah, he didn't talk about it until what now? How old is he? 30?
30 something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like
20 years.
And he actually gave the man's. I don't know if did he give the man's first and last name?
Oh yes, he did.
And just and I love
Hosea Chavez.
Sanchez.
Hosea Sanchez said this man's name is Isaac.
For his comfort he was with sexuality and keeping secrets and all that good stuff, all that bad stuff.
To see what they can get away with. That was
just
the real
to see
man.
if he could use, like, if that's the person that he can actually pray.
Yeah, no,
That's fucked up.
That's disgusting because it's like you can't trust people around your child, and especially where you think a person's being nice and they have their own children. It's like it's fucked up because it was actually not taking away from his story, but another story on I think Netflix where a man slept with a husband and a wife just to even get the daughter.
Yeah.
Like that's the
that
crazy
shit was
Just
crazy.
with the daughter?
You finally saw it?
I watched that
was
months
crazy.
ago, but it
I
just popped
told
into
you
my
to
head
watch
now.
it.
Yes.
I was
But
at
watching the
work, I told
videos, I'm like, come on, man.
I'm like, and the dad just looked like, yep, I was duped. I was fucking duped.
I mean,
He
I
said he
jerked him
loved
off.
me.
He jerked me off. We did what we did.
Yeah, and then the
Like-
mom was like in love with the nigga and everything, and then the little girl was like, yeah. He's like,
And it's just
yeah.
crazy that
And
people
she-
work
he
so
kidnapped her
hard.
twice.
Just to, I mean, it's crazy that you work so hard to hurt a child or to take their innocence from them. Where, find you an adult. I mean, that's someone that's willing.
Mental health is real, man.
It is
So
real.
fucking real. And I watch, okay, so
It's
I'm
fucked
like
up.
really into this. Like, this is my major psychology because I'm fucked up too. But like, not in that type of way. But.
You should not have said it like
Like,
that.
But like, it's just so interesting to know,
It's a curse
like,
and a gift.
how the fuck do people come to this conclusion? Like, I watch shows like Criminal Minds and this show on Netflix called Mindhunters that I fucking love, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, how do you
Mental
even
health.
like just to hear
What season
people
are you
talk
in?
about it?
What's
Of what? I just watched the newest season.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm all the way.
All right, so I'm not gonna tell, but like when you, like they did the Son of Sam in New York,
So-
but he was a schizophrenic. Like I
Yeah.
work in the field, he's schizophrenic. He said he was the devil. A dog was talking to him. He was-
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
all
bullshit,
the rules. But he
but
said that was all the rules.
but to even go there and be able to like conjure up that false story, something wrong with you.
Yeah, like something is really just
People be
like
off. It's mental
you
health.
either an evil
true.
genius or you just fucked up.
Crazy
It's a
people.
gift.
Like
Curse.
it's gotta be because like to
Talking
even
about,
I
because
think they
what's his
stuck.
real name, David Berkowitz or something like that.
I think it's destroying it. How about we do a vow
You
that
said
I say
what?
nobody
His
else's
name is
name?
David
You know what?
Berkowitz.
I agree with you right now because
His name is
I've been
definitely
fucking-
David
I've been fucking-
Berkowitz.
It's not no David Berkowitz.
It is. Please do.
Google
Please
it.
look at that. Please
Google
look at that,
it.
'cause I know my shit about the serial killers.
Ooh, not the serial killer.
Yes,
It was David Berkowitz.
Yes,
Right.
I know that.
Hey, you
because
know what?
Hey,
Hey, a few
she-
weeks
she
ago,
right.
she gave me a lawyer's name. I did look it up, and the
It was
lawyer
the
was
right name?
real. Yep.
Cause I'm like no dead ass. Like I'm really into
New
like
York?
the
Right. Dead ass.
Dead ass beat.
Dead ass
Like
beat.
talking about
I'm
dead ass, B.
Like I'm really into like the famous
True.
serial killers. Like you know,
Oh, you
Son of
are.
Sam.
You are. Are
The
you a serial
Zodiac
killer?
killer. No, bitch. The snipers. I know.
Which
What's his
snipers?
name?
Which snipers?
Don't try to remember.
Last
it.
name is Malvo. I know because I just looked it up at work. One of them name
Why
is
were you looking this up
Malvo.
at
The
work?
other one last name is Muhammad. Both of them, Malvo and Muhammad. Is
Oh
the
yeah,
last
that
name.
came on. I remember they had that movie about
The
this.
snipers. They're snipers.
Were
The
they
DC
I was
snipers.
about to say, was it Washington
One of
snipers?
them. No, DC.
That's when I was in
Well,
college.
Washington, D.C.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Washington. I'm
We was gonna play Bowie State, and they was like, that's when they was shooting niggas. We was
They
Bowie State
they
was
killed
America.
10 people.
Oh,
I
damn.
think.
Then our bus broke down on the side of the freeway. We were like, oh
It was-
shit.
Oh, they was gonna have that at the football game.
No, they was just on the side of the road, putting
Oh.
the gun out of the keyhole and
Yeah.
shooting motherfuckers.
Really?
Yeah, like they.
Or the truck.
they
How'd
Like,
they
he
get
was
caught?
caught. I can't remember how they got caught. I watched
That's.
that
I mean,
movie
that's.
a while
I'm not
ago.
gonna say.
They got
Well, it's
caught.
ingenious. It's a good.
Yeah, they got caught.
They got
They slipped
caught.
up. All of them
Yeah,
slipped
they
up.
always slip up. The Zodiac Killer, I'm into that. Charles Manson is probably one of my
Favorite.
favorites. Yeah, he's
Are you
my
a
favorite.
serial
I'm
killer
gonna
on
say-
the low?
No, but it's like I'm
She
so
couldn't love it. She
interested.
was write letters to me.
But I'm so interested in just to
I
like, how
love
did
how
you
you
get to that? Like,
gutted
what
that
happened?
bitch.
Like, what happened in your life to get you
Did
to
you
that? And then I recently, I think I read something about like a serial killer named Albert Fish, and he was into like He was into eating people, like children.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, Jeffrey
Children.
Dahmer. He was into eating people.
Well, you know, they say they got their young blood
that's like
helps
back in the
rejuvenate you or something.
Yeah, and it was like that was like in the 1950s when that nigga came
It's
out.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that shit, even with those molesters and shit. Like, I'm a huge Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. You know, next time you love to be. Anyway, she huge Bone Thugs. I ain't say that. I'm a huge Bone Thugs fan, and I feel like due to the way they dress, they stuck in like 1998.
I got you.
And I feel like a lot of those people be stuck at like 12. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the
mentally.
yeah, you got to get past it because you a grown ass motherfucker affecting other people and.
Like, stop wearing studded shirts, Bone.
Mm-hmm.
Stop wearing the dragon on your shirt. You remember the dragon that come over and come all the way out?
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
Right. Throw that dragon in the back.
Feline symbols all over their shirt. Like, hey, yo, what is going on?
But one
Baby
thing
fat.
I want to do, just to touch back on
Yeah.
Mr. Sanchez, I ain't gonna say his name because I ain't got time.
Jose.
I ain't got time, but
Girl, we fucking all
I
everybody name
do.
up.
I read the whole letter
Yeah, no,
that
me
he
too.
wrote, and I'm just like, I appreciate him for this, even though I
talking
know that took a lot. That
Yeah.
took a lot because I know he probably knew people was gonna say some dumb shit, judge him on it anyways, you know, whatever. But at the same time, you don't know how many people probably really going through that shit, and that's probably like, damn.
And even how many people were affected by that same guy.
Same.
Let's say he had, I'm sure he had other victims.
Yeah, and shit, his son could have been a victim. Again, I would stand by it.
Yeah.
If you willing to touch a kid, I'm not about to put it past you that you ain't touching your own. Like, come
No,
on,
that's
now,
real.
you got a whole child in your home,
house?
in
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah, that's real shit.
That's
That's real.
disgusting. And people, and a lot of people are probably going through this. And two mothers, don't think little girls just getting touched on.
Oh no, little boys.
It be
also,
your sons too, and they
And you wonder why they angry as
predators,
hell.
man.
Why is it
And
like these
predators
kids
be
ride in the
going-
car with niggas?
I
bro?
don't. And people that they
understand.
barely know.
Yeah, it's like that's not even
So
your
what's
boyfriend.
up?
Like, why is they letting their kids ride in the car with niggas?
That you
It don't
barely
make sense
know.
to me.
Like you just say, oh, he got the other kids with him too. Go ahead.
But
No,
they was 1-on-1 in the
yeah, you
whip.
don't
Like,
know
that's
this person.
crazy.
Yeah, like you need and
If my daughter is ever 1-on-1 in the car with somebody that's not a family member, I fucked up. I did something fucked. Something went
Yeah.
aloof. Something went off the
all the way
rails.
off. Yeah, no, I
Like
definitely
completely off the
But
rails.
why you say that?
I don't understand. I cannot, as a father, I cannot envision a situation where I won't either be taking my daughter somewhere, their mom will be taking her somewhere, or an aunt or a grandparent. I just can't.
I got you. So you're saying it's going to be someone in the immediate family that's going
Yeah.
to be, hey, I need you to run, pick it.
I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me.
Honestly, no, I agree with you. Where it,
I just can't imagine that. It's like, what's the most precious thing in your life right now? With your house key? Would you just give it to a nigga?
No.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, that's my kid.
I got you.
You can't take my kid to soccer practice, bro.
Right.
What the fuck is you
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
If I can't take her to soccer practice, then it's her motherfucking ass ain't going to soccer practice today.
Sorry,
it just
sorry,
don't
you
make
be
sense.
at home this weekend. All right,
Kick
you
the
ain't
ball
going
against
right.
the wall.
Yeah.
Not against my wall. Don't break my wall.
Not
Go
gonna break
outside.
my
Right.
That is
Go to backyard.
crazy to me.
Oh, true. Go on. I bought you a little
Right.
goal.
I still got a security deposit on this bitch. I gotta get back.
Kick it into the
We move.
refrigerator. The refrigerator about as wide as it goes. Fuck
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
man.
you do want that thing.
Right.
But yeah,
No,
like,
definitely. It did take a lot of courage. I agree.
because I do
Yeah, it's a
thinking
lot.
back, now I understand why my parents and my family used to be like, you know, she going over to who sleep
Yeah,
over?
like hell no.
Like,
Yeah.
who over there?
Who else
do,
gonna be there?
Do their mama got a boyfriend?
Have
What's
I
going
met
on?
Have I met
Have I met them?
Yeah, like
Because I feel like questions don't be asked like that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
she at her little friend house. Who's
there?
her little
Friend?
friend?
Who there?
no, I definitely.
Because
agree.
mama could have a boyfriend, 2, 3, 4 niggas that could
Yeah.
be a boyfriend.
I already know. My daughter's
Especially-
best friend lived next door. Got 2 older brothers. One in the 2nd grade and one in like the 5th grade. I already know when she turned like 11. I'm not playing. You're not about to
Yeah.
be over there with no 14 and 17-year-old.
Definitely.
We gonna have to have some conversations.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-mm.
Do you know the parents? Of
I
your
do.
best friend?
I do.
But no, I got you. No, still, yeah.
I
No,
do.
They still
Yeah,
have the
you
children.
gotta
You know
know.
the children are going
Because
through.
you
Yeah.
never know. You never know what's on people's minds.
Yeah. I agree with what you're saying. Where it's crazy that you have to really even second guess sometimes even family members. Mm-hmm. Like, because I remember watching another show where I watch a lot of TV shows. So I ain't got nothing to do right now, but it was talking about how her father molested her. It's I Don't Fix My Life. I Don't Fix My Life, where her father molested her, but the mother did not believe it. So the mother and daughter and the whole family had discord because they thought the daughter was lying. The father then died, and he admitted to doing what the daughter said he did, but it just caused chaos for the family the whole way through. So, I mean, I agree. It's fucked up that you can't trust people. I mean, you have to really, like you said, keep an eye out. I mean, just
you never know.
If you suspect anything, call that shit out. Like, what the fuck is happening? And then your child has to be comfortable with even revealing it to you, and you can't shut them down when they reveal it, because if you do, then it's gonna
mess them up in the long run.
Definitely.
Like, that's something that they should not have to tuck away in their mind. Like for him to bring that out, like, you know, he probably was to a point of probably about to hurt himself. Like, to bring to, like, it's one thing to send it to his friend. Like, let me tell you what your dad did. But he, you know, he sent it, he put it on the internet. And you already on a pedestal with your fame. Like, it may not be Beyonce, but we know you from the game, nigga. So I seen his face. I'm like, oh, what Malik talking about?
Malik.
Where your mama at?
He doesn't call him Malik for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, Malik, you know, Mr. Sanchez. Right. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. I read that letter, I damn near cried.
Yeah, definitely. It's sad.
I damn near cried. I was like, I gotta repost this because that's deep. That's deep. Like, I know that was hard for him to say that, and I know it's hard for anybody that went through that to probably even face the fact. But I just wanna let him know, if he would ever hear this, or even anybody that ever hear this, like, don't be embarrassed. Like, people gonna laugh, yeah. People gonna talk shit, yeah. But at the end of the day, that's your story, and you do need a voice. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, even though, you know, you don't want to talk about it right now, but when you do finally bring it out, you don't know how many people you'll touch to be willing to tell their story. Because somebody else, the pattern is going to keep on going.
And it's more of a thank you for telling your story. Because, like you said, you know, a lot of people will talk about it. Like, show I watched recently, they kind of had that same scene where everyone kind of talk about their experience of being assaulted sexually. So it does open up a healing conversation where you get to finally, I'm not going to say move past it, but you finally get to kind of break down what happened to you and understand it, but also just have the conversation and just feel better or get some type of closure. Right. And honestly, we all need that because we'll be stuck in the same spot. And we do fucked up shit when we are in bad spots mentally, physically, emotionally. And, you know, you wanna heal. If you don't heal, you're gonna be affected. And it affects everything in your life.
Yeah, and that day that happened to you is not you. That does not make you that. Like being in that position, it doesn't make you less than, or you just you ran across a nasty motherfucker. Yeah. And somebody, a nasty motherfucker.
Oh, that was powerful.
That needs to be put out there, and that needs to have his truth.
Look him up on Instagram.
Even nasty ass bitches that fuck with young boys.
And little girls. Listen, plenty of them that do
it. So. Shoot, it was some, I can't remember what city it was. I don't know if it was in Cleveland or somewhere else. But it was a lady that used to, like, bring in men to this abando, and she'll rape them with a dildo.
Oh, wow.
Like, it be shit powerful. Like that going on. Like, you got, man. And when I be seeing little ass...
Dev say he need more of this story.
Like, whoa.
Hold on. What she do to them?
Did she drug him?
I don't know what she did. Like, she lured them. I remember reading she lured them to the abandoned house. And then, like,
all that for some pussy, just to get
once they, like, were about to do something, she'll rape them with a dildo.
I wonder.
Blood to their head?
I think she killed them too.
Okay, all right.
But I'm wondering now if she was raped, because she's trying to continue the cycle. Yeah, where you need to heal yourself because you're causing damage to the people.
A lot of people don't know what that is, don't know what that look like.
Yeah.
Tune in Sunday at 7 o'clock. I'm going to run down the list.
How they gonna find it?
Definitely.
BMST Boys.
Hey, find the motherfuckers.
Y'all
Yep.
see it on the wall?
Right.
We be talking about depression, the anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, trauma, dissociative behaviors,
Why should they
elimination
talk about
disorders,
mental health in this?
Right.
sexual dysfunctions, everything, anything you can think of, anything you can think of.
Excited.
Whiskey dick.
I love it.
Henny dick.
Disorder.
I heard of whiskey dick.
Henny dick had you fucking for 4 hours.
Okay,
Where your
so
face
on that
was right
note-
there.
So on that note, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Oh, you said when you was done, we was done. That's what you told me.
Yeah, that's
She
what-
did say that earlier.
She done took a piss and now we just over it.
I meant it. So we're gonna
Histrionic
wrap it up.
personality disorder is associated with patterns of extreme emotionally and
If y'all want to hear about that, definitely text
behaviors.
DMST Boys with a Z on their Facebook Live.
People with this condition feel uncomfortable in settings where they are not the center of attention.
Are you coming for me?
That's a funny example.
Wow!
I'm messing with you.
Wow!
I would say I don't
That is
have-
definitely Tiz J though. Don't get it twisted.
That's
But
I don't have any last words. I guess I do have last words. I'm lying. Hey, if you're fucked up, heal yourself. Or find some way to heal yourself. Only because you don't want to go around affecting other people because you're creating more monsters and instead of, being the light for yourself. So it's good that he told his story because he's able to heal himself now. And kind of start that process. So, heal yourself.
And
That's
he
what we
should
gotta
not give a fuck either about what anybody has to say about him. Because at the end of the day, them same people that's talking shit probably went through something like that or worse.
and don't know how to come
And don't know how to come
Yeah.
forward. They probably still feel like, whatever, man, I feel this way. Like, you gotta know that you bigger than that.
Mhm.
And it's
Yes,
bigger
sir.
than you.
Terry Crews was sexually assaulted when that man grabbed his balls. Dick. So,
and he
listen.
uses an advocate and he don't give a fuck. He like, listen, this happened.
He got all them big ass muscles too, shit.
He make his titties jump and shit. Like, damn.
Hey, Cruz.
If you
I ain't gonna lie,
come
it was
to
a little
a nigga that make a
suspect.
Ted Cruz.
And Friday after next, I ain't gonna lie,
He said he was acting too good.
I'm like,